Tuesday, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, look, some might say that football is a young man's fancy, so to speak, but don't tell that to these two quarterbacks because they come in here with a lot, and I mean a lot, of NFL experience. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Colts take over.
Out comes the Indy offense for their first drive of the game, and leading him out, their new quarterback for 2020, the longtime Charger, Phillip Rivers.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. That'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back.
And now look at him go. 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis.
Rivers pass.
Michael Pittman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
3rd and 8.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pass. intended for Deontay Johnson.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Colts football and Michael Pittman, helmet back on and ready to go. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time, anybody. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
The 40-yard line.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Third and short yardage, Rivers. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
At their own 3-yard
That
line.
is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position.
And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Now carry.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. He's got daylight past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Blankenship out for the point after. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Ryan Switzer on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now this throw complete to Washington. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
10-yard line.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got him to the turf.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try.
A 29-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now.
16. Steelers 3.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And the Colts coming out now. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rivers. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rivers. And incomplete.
Rivers pass.
Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Yards.
And he's got his man Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Rivers to Hilton there, 1st down Indy.
Colts
A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He was tackled.
There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 27, Rivers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. So 2 3rd-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good.
The kick is
and that will swell the lead to 16.
Colts 19. Steelers 3.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 20.
And now out come the Steelers. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Justin Houston in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Offense.
No!
So that one will be accepted. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
19, Steelers 3.
Working out of the gun, Rivers.
Fighting Hilton on the slant.
Rivers.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 10-yard pickup.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Rivers going to give this one to Taylor.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Rivers.
And he'll find Pittman.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
A gain of 9 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
2nd and 11 now.
Rivers now from the 50. And his throw here's incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Rivers. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. T.J. Carey right there in coverage.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a first down.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And that'll be incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
50-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the 3rd-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, it's Conner. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down.
He'll get this one to Pittman.
Rivers pass.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now left side on the swing pass. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Rivers again. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
3rd and long for Rivers. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Ben leaves to counter on the draw. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The tackle made by...
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
That one caught by the rookie Chase Claypool.
16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit.
Steelers.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Ebron's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
For Eric Ebron.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer defense.
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. That's caught at the 2. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Until that late score here in the 2nd quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the 1st half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that trims the lead down to 9.
Steelers 10.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard.
Colts football and Michael Pittman, helmet back on and ready to go.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half.
For Indianapolis.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They stay on the ground. Here's Conner again. And, he spins past him and into space. Refusing to go down. And down to the 11.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 58 yards. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Colts 7-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Benny Snell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And the lead is down to 2. A drive there of just 4 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
It's on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Rivers caught left side by Hilton.
Rivers pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to Taylor on 1st down. It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Vince Williams on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers.
On 2nd and 9. Rivers. Campbell making the catch. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Colts.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Operating from the gun. Rivers. This one into the hands of Burton.
And there is a flag, so a big second down pickup, but will it hold?
Man, they got to let him play. Jack, 380, 380.
Second down, Rivers. He completes this one to Mack. And just shedding him off there. And now running right through him. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who says signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
I'm trying to understand. I just can't. I'm trying to understand.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
A gain of 3.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now. And he takes it in for the Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own.
There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up third and
from the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it left side to Johnson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me, because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 29, Rivers. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll run on first down. Mack, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's the second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now that sack leads Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell.
Rivers pass.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. At the 30-yard line.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space.
Number 30, James Conner.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
15 yards to go.
Roethlisberger with a pass complete to Claypool. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Chase Claypool. A gain of 11 brings up third and
again, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 44-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. And a two-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Ben to throw again. Oh, he stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Justin Houston racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marched off another 15 against your squad.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels.
Complete to Jalen.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Roethlisberger will throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. For Eric Ebron, the Steelers, his 3rd team in 4 seasons. Started in Detroit and then played 2 years with these Indianapolis Colts, even making the Pro Bowl in 2018, following a season which saw him catch 13 touchdown passes. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the play.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Samuels, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pads?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Jalen Samuels who closed it out with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return is Hines. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hayden on the coverage.
To throw again. Rivers, incomplete.
Rivers pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
So they did not bring pressure, and turns out probably a bad idea.
Yeah, he had time to stand in the pocket and deliver a strike. So I'm wondering if they're going to note that, and next time just go ahead and bring that pressure.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Again, it's Rivers. Open man is Trey Burton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Mack. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack.
Rivers pass. Complete to Marlon.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll find Pittman. That he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Rivers to the rookie Pittman for a Colts 1st down.
And the Colts.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To the air again here, Rivers. Keeps himself upright, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Incomplete. Joe Hayden on the coverage.
3rd and long for Rivers. He's got Burton here. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
A 30-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5.
Colts 29, Steelers 24.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And the Steelers set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
At the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Darius Leonard in there to take him down, and the clock will roll toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Now it's Roethlisberger, and this is caught, and it's a 3-point game.
That makes the score. Steelers.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Rivers gets set to lead this offense. Down by a field goal, 34 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Rivers. He fights him off. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's Rivers. Hits his target to tight end Mo Alley Cox. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Rivers to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now Rivers. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ready? 2:30.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the 4th quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the 4th quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string.